Before I get started, guys, I want to let you know that I actually collabed with Briana White, Night Sky Prince, and CuriousJoi on a bigger collab project that was part of this interview, and you can catch that on Briana's channel. You can also catch Night Sky Prince's interview with her on his channel, and you can also catch CuriousJoi's part of the interview on her channel as well. All those links will be in the description below, where you can find them and how to get a hold of them on social media. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy. What's up, everyone? Soldier First Class here, and today's mission, I am here interviewing the voice actress for Aerith in Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm joined by my friends, the Night Sky Prince and CuriousJoi here.
Hello.
And we're going to be asking her a couple questions apiece today, and this should be really fun. So, if you don't know who she is, this is Briana White. She is, of course, the voice actress for Aerith. And she's also a YouTuber and content creator.
It's true.
Now, my question for you is voice acting something you've always wanted to do, or did it just kind of happen one day? And what made you decide to audition for Aerith?
So, okay. So, voice acting is something that sounds super cool, right? You hear these rumors like you just get to go to work in your pajamas and talk like for money. So fun, and you get to do funny voices. That's kind of how I always thought of it growing up. It had never been I've always wanted to be an actress since I was like 7, but I've always, done musical theater and theater stuff and then eventually film and TV, but voice acting was not something that I always thought I would be good at or that I always wanted to do. It was not a dream of mine until I got to LA, and I thought I better diversify. If I'm not right for TV and film, I better stack the deck in my favor. I started doing modeling and hand modeling and anything to pay the bills so that I could be a starving actor for the rest of my life, right? I told my agent, "Hey, I want to get into voice acting. Any classes, demo reels, or agents that do voice acting?" And she said, "Well, what can you do?" And I was like, "I, I, I can talk." Like, what kind of question? I don't know. She's like, "Can you do any accents, voices, anything like that?" Everybody wants to do voice acting, Brianna. That you're not special. And I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, I'll just put that note in my back pocket for later. I'll deal with that when I have the emotional capacity." And so I didn't think about voice acting for years later, years more. And then I got the offer to audition for Aerith, and I said, yes, of course. I said, I don't know what I'm doing. They couldn't possibly want me, but yeah. I'll do it. I'll throw my hat in the ring. Why not? And I said, I better have fun with this because there's no way I'm going to book it. And I had fun with it and I booked it. That's
Nice.
the entirety of my voice acting experience.
I bet that's got to be like a dream come true, though.
It's super weird. Like it's not something that I was prepared for. It's not a direction that I was ready for my life to take me, but I'm happy.
So did you feel any kind of pressure when it actually, like, obviously when you get something like that, it doesn't quite hit you in the moment, but when it did hit you, did you feel any pressure that you were going to be voicing an all-time favorite character in the franchise?
I feel like it hits me a little bit as time goes on. So there hasn't been one, and I can't even say that. Every single time it hits me, it feels like, wow, this is the big moment. I'm finally realizing how important this character is to people. And then I think, wow, okay, like I have a grasp on it. And then a little bit more time will pass and something else will happen. And I'll go, whoa, it's really hitting me now. Like I got the audition and it hit me how big this role is. And then I booked the role and it hit me. And then I listened to the first trailer and it hit me. And then I recorded a certain line and it hit me again. And so it just over time hits me again and again and again and again. It's very overwhelming for me to process how important this character is. And when you talk about pressure, yeah, there's a lot of pressure.
I
There's a
assumed
lot
as
of
much.
pressure to do it right.
So I guess my question is, you mentioned earlier it's hard to visualize a scene as you're recording, Is that like a major obstacle that you feel, or do you have like a trick that you use to get through that, or is it just based off what you're being told to do? Like, do you have some kind of visualization trick that you try to use?
So there are a lot of structures in place to make sure that the content ends up being really, really good. Quality is something that was not sacrificed for this production. And so while I had limited experience in voice acting, I have a ton of experience in acting itself and using the voice as a part of that. So I did take voice acting in college. I did a lot of voice work in college, and I have used that and built my experience of acting at its core for many years. So I had that going in. And then there's a voice director, and the voice director was able to give me sort of the more technical aspects. And then, there's the people who are in charge of making sure you know the context. And there are things, structures in place outside of outside of visualization that make sure that the voice line fits the moment perfectly. But I would say as far as visualization goes, knowing the context is really important. Knowing who you're talking to, knowing why you're saying what you're saying, and then how close they are to you, which you don't realize. Am I talking to someone just a few feet away, social distancing, 6 feet? Or am I talking to someone who is kind of over on a cliff over there, and you kind of have to project your voice like, hey, I'm over here, that kind of stuff does play into it. So I'd say it's all contextual work. And then from there, using the core of acting, which is living under imaginary circumstances, which is entirely what acting is. And voice acting's no different.
Yeah, I can't imagine that would be easy having to do without any kind of like visual cue or seeing the scene itself.
We did our best.
That
I
being
think you'll be
said,
pleased.
though, it makes me wonder, when you see these trailers and you see gameplay footage of Aerith, does it feel weird knowing that you're behind that character, like that's you, or is it just kind of like you're just playing another video game and you're just taking in the moment?
A little bit of everything, if that makes sense.
No, it does.
I'm watching the trailers, having memories of recorded those lines. I'm watching the trailers for the first time, seeing everything come together as a viewer. I'm watching as a player, thinking how fun it's going to be when I get to play it. And now I'm watching as a fan and thinking, how cool is it seeing this character come to life?
That's awesome.
Very, very odd. It's a very overwhelming experience, yeah.
So I take it you're looking forward to playing as Aerith quite a bit then.
Yep, I still haven't played her yet. Come on now. Yeah, I'm really excited.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to Omni/slash that like button. Let me know in the comments section below if you're excited to play as Aerith in Final Fantasy VII Remake. Subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell to join the ranks of Soldier today. And for all the latest Final Fantasy VII Remake news, rumors, trailers, and content, I'm Soldier First Class, and I'm on to the next mission. Later, guys.